What is up, you guys, and welcome back to another Huntsman prediction video. I am in Houston, Texas, about to go to Smashtoberfest, but I am in the airport. It's early in the morning, and yeah, I just wanted to get this prediction video going. The last one was super fun. I had a blast making it. In fact, I called the winner. I called that Corral was going to win, so that was pretty sick. But yeah, let's see if I can go for 2 for 2. That'd be sweet. But we're going to go ahead and jump right in. I'm going to do just the top 16 for Smashtoberfest. Looks like there's about 65 entrants, or like 63. This is also for vanilla. This isn't for remix. So that's going to be the difference. I feel like we haven't really seen a ton of remix tournaments on console. So I think this will give us a good example of what's going to happen and for us to make prediction videos in the future. But for now, I'm just going to keep it to vanilla. Also, sorry for the background noise, but that's probably just what's going to happen with being at the airport. Okay, we are going to start, and we're going to start at 16. No, first and foremost, if Hammerheart was coming, I want you guys to know that he would win. I just freaking love Hammerheart. I love his game. He's so good, and I just want everyone to know that. If Hammerheart was coming, that's why I put ... because he backed out, but if he was coming, I would put him as number 1. I want everyone to know that. But he's not coming, so I just wanted to throw that out there. RIP. Okay, at 16, I have Combo Blaze. Combo Blaze, super good, super fancy. I love his combos. I just never know what character he's going to go. If he goes like Falcon or different characters, yeah, I honestly could see him going better than at 16. But if he just plays Link or does different characters and stuff like that, I honestly think 16 is a good spot for him. And then next, we have none other than the man from Canada himself. I'm having EPAD at 15. EPAD has improved a ton. He's also got the triple threat, so he plays Falcon, Kirby, and Pika according to what matchup he feels like is better. And his DI is really good. I think he plays with a GameCube controller. And his DI is ridiculously good. Probably one of the best DI I've ever seen, other than Boom or Crovy. He's improved a lot. He doesn't make a ton of mistakes. Just a solid player. So yeah, I think he's going at 15, and he played really well at Super Smash Con. Okay, at 14 we have my doubles partner. I'm putting JPX as 14. JPX is also one of those players that I feel like has improved a ton. I see him play, and he plays Brody, and he does super well, and he'll take him to like grand finals. He'll play Dogs Johnson, and he'll take him to he'll take him to last stock kind of thing. And JPX is just really good. I think he's a wild card, because sometimes I think he's really good and other times I don't. It really depends on like the day almost, or where his head is at. I think he loses his head and his mental game gets in his way a lot of his game. But I really think he's a really good Yoshi, and he has potential. He has a really, really high ceiling. Very, very good, and he studies the game a lot. Okay, at 13, I put Robert. Now, people might say this is pretty low, but just watching Robert, I mean, he only plays Puff now. And like I said before, it's inspiring that he plays Puff. I mean, switching from Pika to Puff can't be easy, because he would win all the time. I mean, if Robert was playing Pika, it's basically, you could never count him out as going to grand finals or even winning it. Super good player. Like I said before, for Super Smash Con, I think his Jigglypuff is good. It's just not to the level, I'm sure, where he wants it yet. I think he has a really good chance against the Yoshis like Janko. Honestly, I don't think there's many other Yoshis other than that in this tournament, but if he gets the right matchups, Robert could go a lot higher. Okay, at 12, I have CTG. CTG, I'm putting him pretty low as well. I think there's a lot of good players here that play Pika, and I think that's a really tough spot for CTG, and Jigglypuff in general. He lost to Frank in Super Smash Con. I think he missed top 32, or he made it into like the first round of top 32. Lost to Frank. Frank is really, really good. And I'll talk about Frank in a second, because I think Frank is really improved. But CTG's really good. I just think with the contestants that we have, I don't know if this bracket's going to be in his favor. But who knows? He could go into CTG tournament mode and just destroy everyone. And yeah, I'm excited to see what he does. But I think there's going to be a lot of players here that are used to CTG's play and Jigglypuff in general, which is why I put CTG and Robert so low. Okay. Next we have, dude, one of my favorites. I'm putting MTW at 11. I freaking love MT, and I think he's really, really good. We play, and I have a winning matchup against him, but I think that's just the Fox matchup. I think Fox really does work on Samus. But yeah, I put MT above CTG and Robert because I would take MT against both of them just because of the matchup against Jigglypuff. But MT's really good. We saw what he did to the Pikas and everyone at, I think it was low tier, right? And it was in Texas. Amazing. He did well at Super Smash Con. He almost made it into D1. I think he lost to Killer. I think he lost Killer. But he beat Shears to move on to in the wild card. So I put MT at 11. He's getting smart. In almost every situation, he knows what to do. His tech chases are great, and his edge guarding is almost perfect. Love MT. I'm putting him at 11. At 10, I'm putting Frank. Frank is so good. I don't know if you guys watched him, but Frank played Isaiah in D1 and took him to the last stock, I think, both games, best of 3. And Isaiah went Pika. This was the Pika Ditto against Isaiah himself. Frank took him to last stock, both games. Frank is really good. He's improved a lot. I'm really proud to say that I beat him at Super Smash Con in our D2 pool. It's crazy that I beat him, and I lost to other Pikas, but that's just how the matchup goes with Fox. But Frank has improved a ton. I'm excited to see what he does. I think he has a chance to pull off a huge upset and get up pretty high in this bracket. I could honestly, because of how good he is at the Ditto, see him beating someone like Brody when it gets to that. But I think Brody will pull it out this time. That's why I'm putting Frank at 10, but he has improved a ton, and I'm stoked to see what he does. Okay, at 9, I have, and this is another thing, that Baby Caleb. K-Web. So Baby K-Web, so good. I play him online. His zip zaps are probably the best zip zaps I've ever seen. Drives me nuts. Like, he ledge cancels everything to the point where every time I see a zip zap, I just up tilt because I'm like, dude, I have no idea if he's gonna ledge cancel it into a nair, and I just die, so it sucks. But I saw him play against LD. He does amazing. Baby K-Web is so good. I think the reason why I have him so low in the bracket at 9 is because I haven't seen him in tournament on console in a long time. So I think this will be a good chance for him to prove himself on console. It's a little different, but yeah, he's so good. He's got a great Kirby. He's got a great Pika. Yeah, I honestly think he could easily place in the top 4, top 3 if it's his tournament. Really, really good player. I love playing him online. Okay, at 8. I have Low. People probably think Low is also placed a little low on this bracket. The reason why is because I know he doesn't play. Well, I kind of got the feeling that he didn't want to play vanilla, but he was just like, yeah, I'll play vanilla, kind of thing. And I think he's really saving himself for the remix bracket, which I totally get. Remix is sick. He's got an amazing Marth, awesome player, super technical. I don't play Low as much as I wish I could. Very good player, though, and I'm putting him at 8 for that same reason, just because I think he's saving himself for Remix. He's not going to push himself too hard in singles, but I might be wrong. He might just go ham in vanilla singles and beat everyone. I think he'll probably go Falcon. I think he's a solid Falcon main, and yeah, I'm excited to see what he does. All right, 7, I have Raven. Raven, you guys all know him. So good. Just this Kirby player that almost doesn't make mistakes. He kind of waits for you to. Very, very good player. Super strong DI. I think just in general, Raven understands matchups. I think that's his real... Ooh, I'm getting the sun in my picture. Wrong way. I think that's his real strength. He really understands almost all matchups really well, and he has a set strategy. He doesn't just go out and like play, kind of like how LD does. I don't think LD has a strategy, but Raven has a strategy, and I think that's what gives him so much leverage in each game, in each set that he plays. Very good player, very talented. I don't play him almost ever, so I'm excited to play him here at Smashtoberfest and get some Kirby practice because I suck at that matchup. At 6, I'm putting Janko. Janko is like my hero right now. I watched Janko play Raven. I don't know what tournament it was in Canada. And Janko looked so good. Like, his Yoshi was so dope. I had almost never heard of Janko. I mean, I'd seen him play every once in a while and like get on my level back in the day, like 2017 or 18. And then he joined a remix tournament, and he goes like Ganon, right? And I'm like, dude, Ganon, and I was playing Fox, and he just 2-0'd me. And it was ridiculous. And I was mad. I was like, who the fetch? And then he goes on to win the entire remix tournament online, beats so many good players with freaking Ganon. So I'm stoked to see what he does in remix, but his Yoshi was really impressive against Raven. I was raging the whole time watching that set. He made it look like he was like the Kuraba of North America. I know that sounds crazy to say, but he really did. I thought his reaction time was insane. His combo game was great. It was really fun to watch. So I'm excited to see what Janko does, and that's why I put him at 6. Love Janko. So cool. And 5, I'm going to wait for her to say this. This is also pretty low. I'm putting Josh Brody at 5. I'm putting Josh at 5 because I just think the players that are going to come are going to have their kind of tournament. And I think people have gotten used to the style of Josh Brody. I think before, Josh Brody improved faster than anyone else in the game and just kind of like took over from being like a mid-level good player to he became like a high-tier player really quickly. And that made him go to place in second in almost every tournament, second or third, maybe third and fourth. But I think people are starting to catch up. I think people are starting to learn more about the game and actually implement it, and they're catching up. And that's why I have Brody at 5, because I think people are understanding how he plays and what they need to do to beat him. He didn't place top 8 at SmashCon, and still a fantastic Pika. Destroys me every single time we play. Very fun to play against. Excited to see what Ashik does in bracket for Remix too, but I have Brody at 5 just because I think people are going to start to have understood how he plays, and they're starting to catch up to his level almost. And I wouldn't say they're at their level, but they understand how he plays. At 4, great. I have none other than the legend himself, Dogs Johnson. Dogs is so good. Played him online, and he was having an off tournament, and he was still just so impressive. He takes his time. He has really good strategy. I think the last time I talked about Dogs not having the clutch factor, but at Super Smash Con, he played great. He beat Zero. I mean, he made some pretty big upsets. Just really fun to watch, and I think he's going to take 4th at this tournament. I think he is going to go all Falcon. Maybe some Pika, but I really think he's going to just pull out the Falcon and trust it. And yeah, love Johnson. Love Dogs. So good. 3, I have Tacos. Yo, where the heck? Did I freaking miss Tacos? Oh my gosh. I'm an idiot. Okay. Tacos is so good. I played him at the Salty Sweet. We played for like an hour. So much fun. So creative. His Yoshi's great. His Kirby's really good too, and his Falcon's really good. I like how he has all 3 of those, and I think he pulled all of them out at SmashCon. Like, he was willing to play all 3, which was sweet. He didn't have a good singles run at SmashCon, so I think he's going to come low-key with some revenge, you know, not like hardcore, but just, yeah, I'm ready to do well in this tournament. Next, we have my favorite player of all time, LD. People will probably think I'm crazy, but I love LD. He's so good. Most of this is biased because I love Fox, and people who play Fox in bracket are like people I look up to. Because, yeah, people will say they're Fox mains or they play Fox. Yeah, I play Fox. But as soon as bracket comes around, they're like, frick Fox, man. I just got to play Falcon or Pika. Like, Fox is not good enough, you know? So, I hate that. I love people who trust Fox in bracket. It's my favorite thing. So, I'm putting LD at 2. I think he's going to beat both Brody. I think he can beat everyone on this list. He's just so good. And people haven't seen LD in a while. So I think he's just going to surprise people again. They're going to be like, holy frick, who is this combo master, fast Fox again? And I think it's going to take a little bit for people to get used to. They haven't seen him in a little while. And at number 1, I am putting my coach, Jaime. Jaime has gotten really good. He beat Kuraba, the only person to beat the winner of Super Smash Con. Sorry for the spoilers if you guys haven't seen it yet. So good. Jaime is just awesome. I think he's only going to play Falcon, and I love that. And he's improved a lot, and I think he just continues to get better. I haven't seen him do it really well on console other than when he beat Kuraba. He lost to Isaiah and in the last Super Smash Con to make it to top 8. So he barely missed out on top 8, losing to Isaiah. He lost 3-0, but every game was last stock. And I think Jaime is going to have a great tournament, and I think he's going to show up. He's going to beat everyone. And yeah, I have Jaime winning it all. Okay, for my wild cards, I'm going to start off with Andykins. Andykins did not have the best Super Smash Con results. I'm actually just going to type it in. Yeah, I could tell he was pretty bummed at his placement at Super Smash Con. Super good Pika player, or he's a solid Fox main. Absolutely. And I'm just excited to see what he does at Smashtoberfest. He has opportunities to upset any of these guys. And I think he's coming with revenge, too, a little chip on his shoulder for what happened to at SmashCon. Next, I have Bo. I used to play Bo online all the time, and he just kicked my butt. Bo is good. He's got a great Falcon, and I think people will underestimate Bo when they come in and see him. Next, we have a really nice guy. Like, holy smokes, I love this dude. I met him once, and DeBear treated me like we've been friends for years when I talked to him. Just super nice guy, and his peak is good. I guess he was a player way back when, and I never heard of him. Very, very good player. I think he has got a lot of chance to make some noise and upset some of these players right here. Next, for the wild card, I'm going to put Shears. I beat Shears at Super Smash Con, heyo, but Shears is good. He's got great parries. He makes good decisions. He doesn't overextend a lot. He kind of waits for you to mess up. The only thing I suggest that he starts doing is DI. I don't see a lot of DI from him, and maybe that's just how he plays and that's how he likes it, and that's okay. But yeah, I think that's what's really hurting him right now is his DI, because people like ePad, I think he has saved himself so many different times with his DI, and I think Shears needs to jump on board and just be like, okay, kind of like LD. So LD now DIs, and it's so cool. And I think Shears kind of just needs to jump on that train. Just start to DI, and yeah, I think it'll do well. Next, I have my buddy, K-Rool. K-Rool's freaking good. I love his Yoshi. Play him all the time. And I think he just has moments where he plays extremely well, and others where he just kind of almost gets in his head. Or maybe it's nerves, or because we don't get a lot of in-person bracket tournament nerves feelings in Utah that much. It's just basically me and K-Rool. But K-Rool's really good. His tech chasing is great. His combo game is getting better. He's been practicing. Yeah, freaking love K-Rool. I'm excited for him. And then last, I'm going to put Knackle. Knackle, super good player. He came to Utah and he told me that he's done playing Kirby, which is why I have him as a wild card. If he wasn't, I think I'd put him higher on this list. But he says he's done playing Kirby. We'll see. Maybe he pulls out the Kirby for this tournament. I'd love that. I don't think his Falcon is to the level of where his Kirby is. He also loves Remix. He loves Bowser, so I'm excited to see what he does in Remix. Super nice guy. And yeah, I think those are basically everyone. Sorry if you didn't see yourself on this list. I I tried to find the people that I thought were going to make top 16 or were going to be solid wild cards. But that is my list. I have Jaime winning it all. And I don't, if you guys are curious, I don't have myself in here because I would think I'm gonna win this. I just have the mentality where I'm gonna win. And I think you guys would think that's crazy, but yeah, I have the mentality where I come here and I'm ready to win. I'm ready to upset everyone here. I put in a lot of work with combos, and so yeah, that's why I don't put my name on this list. I didn't want to leave anyone out, especially for these people who work so hard. But yeah, I don't like putting myself at like 14. I'm going to win this tournament. That's kind of the mentality that I have. I'm ready to show everyone how good Fox is, and yeah, Fox is Fox, but Fox is Fox for a good reason, not for a bad one. Yeah, hopefully I didn't miss anyone. This is my list. You guys are so good. I'm really impressed with everyone's gameplay. I'm excited to see what everyone does in tournament, and especially for people like Baby Caleb and Janko, who I haven't seen in a long time in tournament, or even Raven. It's been a little while, and Low as well. So it'll be fun. I'm stoked. Good luck, you guys. I'm stoked for Smashtoberfest. Yeah, it should be a blast. And yeah, I'll see you in the next prediction video. See you guys.